Forza Motorsport career mode. What is it going to be like? I'm a basically professional Gran Turismo 7 streamer and YouTuber. And I have very fond memories of Forza because Forza Motorsport 3, one of my most favourite games ever. We're here for the... it's a bit like my background, isn't it? Just a bit bigger. For the reveal of the Forza career mode. And I'm going to let you know what I think of it. So we're going to seek across here. Oh, we got the Cadillac. Absolutely insane. I saw this live in Monza a few weeks ago. So great to drive that. And just having a look at the graphics here compared to GT7. You can see on my channel actual comparisons between these hypercars and GT7 hypercars in VR, and it's just so like graphically close. It's photorealistic, almost beyond. Am I getting that vibe here? Difficult to say. So it looks a little bit sort of jagged, the edges, compared to GT. But in fact, great example I want to show you here of what I'm talking about. You have a look at the shadows here. You see these shadows just above the Builders Cup? That is not great, right? So that's what I'm talking about with something just seems a little bit jagged. You can see on the left-hand side of the bonnet at the bottom as well. Right, Builders Cup. It feels that the interface to me feels a little bit like a mobile game. Let me know if you agree with that in the comments. Nothing against mobile games, but it does feel a little bit mobile-y. Maybe that's what they're going to be leaning into. So you're going to start off here with the Builders Cup. Build, tune, practice, and perfect. This is very... I know Forza is like this as well, but this is also very Gran Turismo-like. Like these posters. It almost could not be any more Gran Turismo-like. So shots fired here. So hopefully there's going to be some interesting ways that you have to tune up these cars, and the system in Forza about you get your points and you go through like DCBA, all that kind of stuff. Oh, there's a Corvette C8 there.
New cars and tracks will be released directly into this career.
New cars and tracks released directly into the career. I don't know kind of why that's a big deal. Gran Turismo 7's been doing that. There we got the Supra.
You get to take a single car and level it, build it, and dominate your way to victory.
Okay, so more stuff in the Builders Cup. They're not really telling us. I'm skipping through that. Right, let's have a look. Obviously very heavily ray traced. You can look at the brakes there. Ray tracing fans, yo. Is it going to be ray traced on Xbox Series X though? We will see. That's where I'll be playing it. Now I just want to show you here, like again, the IQ of some of these parts. I mean, this is a pretty crap screenshot, right? I mean, I don't think you'd see anything like this in GT. It just looks rough, like everywhere you look. But again, give it benefit of the doubt. Why does it just look so crap? I'm telling you, it just looks rubbish here.
Welcome invitation for a motivated, hard-driving enthusiast to get it.
But the reflections are nice. The reflections are good. I feel like maybe the actual sort of poly depth of the cars is, I just made up a technical term there, is maybe not as good as GT, but I feel like the reflections are quite good. Like the way they do it on glass. I mean, look at that in the corner of the glass. It's quite nice. But maybe, is it too much? Like, this is a bit of a weird shot, isn't it? Isn't this a bit too much? Okay, so we got all these menus here. Obviously very sort of classy Forza style. I do like in Forza how you get more credits the more difficult you make it. Why GT doesn't do that, I don't know. I know GT you can do AI difficulty, but I'm talking about like no TC and stuff like that. So when I was doing Forza Motorsport, I would run no ABS and things like that.
A new rhythm of racing.
Performance index.
Every event in the Builders Cup features an open practice session.
Oh, open practice, okay.
Is where you put the work in to find the limits of your car.
Is that going to get boring quickly, doing an open practice? Do people just want to race?
Or rewarding to just drive your car and push it to its limits.
After the final tight hairpin turn,
We're going to get some gameplay. Yes, we are. I always feel like Forza has this weird ideal of what racing is like that is very not realistic.
The relationship with your car is forged at speed.
It's like Gran Turismo does feel... Gran Turismo is weird in many ways, and like obsessively weird, and weird to the point it's not cool. But I do feel like it's authentic. I feel like Forza's like, yeah, I'm racing. And it's like, it doesn't really know what we enjoy about
racing.
racing.
Systems that help you find that limit, build that relationship, and reward you for it. I'm going to let Tyler drive for a little bit here so you can kind of see the
Yeah, this is smooth, but again, man, why is it just so rough? Jesus, what is going on with Forza? By the way, I've been out of the country, so I haven't seen any other reviews of Forza. I'm not in tune with the discussions. I don't know if there's some kind of flame war going on. But just having a look at that car there and here, it just does not feel. And you see here the shadows here above West Mirage on the right-hand side. It just... something just feels like off. I don't know.
And all of our remastered audio.
Maybe I'm being too critical. I don't know. Obviously, there's something weird going on with the lighting there. Maybe I don't know. Will be fully dynamic weather, I think, on every track, which would be awesome. That's something GT can't do. Different camera angles.
What you're seeing here is our new car mastery system. Each corner is now a moment-to-moment objective.
I like that.
Where you get to see how fast you are through them.
I like that a lot.
How close you are to
Need for Speed Shift had it very good. I mean,
each time you go through a given corner, it will compare you against your best time through.
I love that. That's great. Awesome. Got to remember, GT sort of does that in the licenses, hidden away through many different menus, which Forza's just like, nah, it's just going to be here. So I'm all over that.
Gives car XP, and you can see that in the top
also
right.
get the mirror in every angle. GT doesn't have that.
XP corner by corner, and leveling up in real time.
Looking at the reflections on the bonnet here, they're pretty good.
You're getting faster. You're understanding the car's limits, and your car is leveling up and.
So running this at 1440p quality on YouTube, so it should be pretty. We are going to lose stuff with the compression, but
this is the core of our car progression, and it's now the heartbeat of our game. Now
I just don't know. Seems a bit rough, IQ wise. Nice motion blur there. I like the motion blur. Seems quite nice.
Our new track dynamics can always
bit more of a
shift
sense
and
of speed than GT, I think.
And for the first time, we have fully dynamic time of day and weather on every track.
Yeah, fully dynamic time of day and weather on every track. Love that.
Or play the same. So Tyler's going to pull off on the side of the road here.
And I feel like, ironically, because GT Sport, Gran Turismo Sport was such a... Oh, look at the IQ. The visual IQ there is very good. So maybe we're losing something with the compression on YouTube. I just want to pause it here. You can see the quality of the tarmac. Look at the curb as well. But then look at these layers of hills. And maybe a helicopter outside as well. Maybe it's that one. And see these power lines. Is it at Kailami? The ambulance here. See that sort of tower on the horizon. I mean, really, 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 really nice here. Really nice. I like this a lot.
These dynamics challenge you to
nice. Dynamic weather.
Hour by hour, dry or wet. This makes open practice that much more valuable to get you
and the rain
to take on the competition during the race.
Tell you what, it's giving me big. Look at the reflections of the lights at the front as well. It's giving me big. I was going to Project Gotham. Giving big Project Cars vibes.
So
I used to love running lobbies in that game. Dynamic weather.
The next speed into the Builders Cup, which is Challenge the Grid.
Challenge the Grid.
This is all new, and I'm really excited about this. Challenge the Grid is all about dialing in the racing challenge that you want, and it's never been more fun or engaging. All of the challenge options are here at your fingertips, and they all affect your payout.
Oh, I like it. I like this. I like this a lot. Anything that adds a little bit more fun and spice. Ah, so you get to choose. I love that. Forza is so good at this. Forza just... The gamification is a lot better than GT. And it's a 24-car grid as well. GT's 20 in single player. I like this. Because for me, it just plays into me. And I'll push it so far. Like, if I need to win a race to progress in the career mode, I'll make it as difficult as possible for me to do it. And that's what I enjoy. So I like this.
Begin or start the race.
Winning's increasing.
You can also change up the AI difficulty, racing rules, and damage settings.
Yeah, I love this. Very customizable.
All of that can change your payout. Challenge the Grid.
When you think about it, it's crazy that GT in single player, because everyone basically goes in difficult setting, is the same challenge for everyone. When you consider just like how everyone is starting at different baselines, everyone has different abilities, everyone's in a different stage of their racing journey. Whereas Forza allows you to just sort of like keep making it difficult. I like it.
So let's jump into the featured race. Looks like we're starting mid-pack here.
Feature race.
So you've gotten to know the
Perfect opportunity to hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer Gran Turismo or Forza? And we'll see who is winning out. Nice motion blur here on the cinematic cam. Is that 30 FPS though? This is what I mean about Forza, like no racing driver actually looks like that, I find.
All of this is constantly updating with their latest creations and customizations. So even when you're racing in Builders Cup, you're connected to your friends.
So the Forza tires. Never really understood Forza tires, to be honest.
Never been better with our overhauled physics and AI. The AI driver technology.
Right, new physics and AI.
Our new machine learning powered AI is as fast as the fastest real drivers, without any cheats or hacks to keep them competitive.
Is it going to be Sophie level?
Without these cheats, the racing has never been so immersive. You can trust that anytime you're pulling them in a straight, you're actually out driving them.
No rubber banding, they're saying.
Our physics have big advancements as well. We have an entirely new tire model that features a 48x jump in
This looks good. Like, this actually looks really good. I love the fact that how there's no icons above the cars. It's really clean in the middle. And the indicator on the right, whereas GT puts a lot of stuff. And I like that this is sort of like purer driving. It's not about milliseconds of time. It's about a bit more slidey. Forza for me has always been a bit more slidey. You feel like the tyres actually are capable of spinning against the tarmac, where GT is, well, when G7 launched it was a bit different, but now GT's reverted again back to being a very understeery game. But on rails. Forza for me has never felt like it's on rails. You can see again here the car sort of slipping around.
Racing's exciting. And as much as I'd like to watch this, we only have a short time here, so let's go ahead and finish.
I like this. This looks good. This looks like classic Forza for me. I had Forza Motorsport 1 back in the day, and this is sort of bringing it back.
That lead into the overall trophy for the series. But you also get to see how you're doing in the overall Built for Sport Racing series. You get your driver XP here.
So something is
credits payout.
Something is not right here. I just want to go back, so I'd probably click something else that I wasn't meant to do. But have a look at this banner here. Like, what is going on? It must be sort of like stuff isn't final, but that's a pretty embarrassing to keep that in your sort of big teaser.
Driver XP here,
so maybe they're really up against it. I don't know.
And your car XP. After every event in the Builders Cup.
This is such a boring menu, man. Like, put it out on a beachfront or something, you know, or in a city. Like, you're going to be going through this menu a lot. Like, let's make it more exciting than this virtual sort of boring space.
And continuing your journey with it. And you can see here, we've just unlocked.
Do you unlock? Oh, so you unlock parts. It's a bit like the Crew, isn't it? You unlock parts through the racing, so you can't just buy them.
Of upgrades that you can go and install in your car. So let's actually go and check out our new car building screen.
Okay.
Cars in the new Forza Motorsport are built, not bought. Your
cars are built, not bought. Could be big stuff coming up here.
bond with your car is earned. It's the work you've put in to find its limits.
Okay, how do I feel about that? Let's take it at face value. So you can't just buy stuff with credits. You have to level up with your car. For me, they're trying to solve here that conundrum of going back to... I want to make this point. If you're like a Forza GT stan, you'll understand what I'm saying. So in the old days of Forza 1, GT1, 2, 3, 4, you would start with like a terrible car, and you'd have to race it and tune it to get the credits, and it was really hard to get the credits. And then finally you could afford a better car, and you would do the same thing again. You would drive your cars for ages, basically, and get really attached to them. Those were the days where we didn't have phones, we didn't really have the internet, YouTube, no distractions, so you could just sit down and that was your time. Now we live in an age where, like, if something's taking too long in a game, we'll just play another game, or we'll go watch Netflix or something. So the whole landscape has changed for gaming. So the games nowadays, they just throw cars at you. Forza is just like throws cars. It's like, here, have 1 billion cars. Same with GT, car roulette and everything. And so we've lost that fundamental GT Forza style gameplay of like really having to drive your car, having to improve it, then being able to go into faster series and credits being difficult to come by. So I suspect maybe what they're trying to do is go back into that by being cars are built, not bought. So if you want to have a really fast Toyota Supra, you need to spend a lot of time in Supra. I like that idea. I think that's a nice
Car opens
idea.
up and
Let's see
gains
if it's
car
actually what
points
they
and
didn't do.
unlocks upgrades. Here, up in the top right, you can see your car points, and that's the resource that's used to install any of the upgrades that you unlock.
So you get car points that are presumably specific to a car. Okay.
Car points are like skill or talent points in other games. You can allocate them to install a part, but here's the thing. You aren't locked into any of those choices at any time. You can easily uninstall a part and regain those car points so you can use those points elsewhere.
That's interesting. So you can just sell the parts for full price.
It's like being able to endlessly respec a character.
Gran Turismo doesn't do
This
that.
gives the player a great amount of agency in building experimentation. Also, since you aren't spending credits on upgrades, the built not bought system frees you from having to decide between, say, buying a cool new car or upgrading your current car. Now with these,
Yeah, because you can't buy a new car. It's not freeing you from the choice. It's taking away the choice. Let's be real.
upgrades installed, we can go to the next event.
I
and
like
see
that
how this car
language.
build feels on the next track, and get ready to dominate.
I'm going to free you from the choice of not having to subscribe to my channel, because now you can only subscribe. How about that?
And that's a single event in the Builders Cup. So you got to see our open practice, where you find the limits of your car
look at
and
it.
level it up.
Look at that thing. It sounds so good.
A new Challenge the Grid feature.
I hate the menu interface though. I know Forza's always been like super clean, but this is like just so boring. Although at least this is like in a garage. You can see you got, is that a Camaro there? That's the Corvette C8, and then I don't know what that is over there, and then we've got the Cadillac.
Where you can dial in the racing challenge that you want. And of course, our featured race, where the racing has never been better.
7 out of 10 for me. Some interesting things here. I think it's going to be, that's going to be great for the single player fans. I want to see what they're going to do for multiplayer fans. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is my analysis review of Forza Motorsport. Make sure to check out my other videos on the channel, and I will see you next time.